and welcome to the David Goodman Reality and Truth Show. My name is Vanita Lambert, and I have the honor of hosting this show and carrying on David Goodman's legacy every single week by bringing on special guests to share information with our community. And today, my guest is Miss Dana Lindo. She's a realtor and an entrepreneur. And welcome to the show, Dana.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
You're very welcome. And me and the audience, we appreciate all the information that you have brought to share with us. She's a realtor guru. She wants to make sure everyone has an opportunity to become a homeowner. And she's going to tell us a little bit about how to do that.
Absolutely.
Right? So why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey to real estate.
So thank you again for having me. I'm so excited to be here. It's actually homeownership month, June. So I'm celebrating by being here. And you know, I was actually, my family owns real estate here in the States, United States and Jamaica.
Oh, okay.
And we were talking recently about, you know, what would happen to our assets if, you know, my grandmother or my mother were to pass away. And of course, that's a tough conversation to have, but it was so necessary and is actually what is inspiring me in this conversation today. So,
okay.
yes.
Well, I can always help you with legacy and assets.
I know.
It is so very important. I'm glad you brought that up. To pass it on from generation to generation and to make sure that it's always owned by somebody in your family.
Absolutely. And that it doesn't get the opportunity to get taken by the state.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're opening up a whole lot of doors here.
I know.
But it's necessary. And as you know, I am a life insurance agent. And just to talk to my own kids about life insurance, and it's tough. It's a tough conversation to have.
It is.
But,
it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to think about you dying. Like, that's so, you know, you
Yeah.
want to have them here forever, selfishly. But the reality is,
exactly.
you know, you never know. So you have to prepare for
but
anything.
We're all going to die. And so it is, you sleep easier when you have your affairs in order. And I tell everybody, when I come to your house, it's not going to be the highlight of your day. We're going to be talking about life insurance and things that are unpleasant, long-term care and stuff like that. But it's important to have those things in order so that you can sleep at night.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I want our audience today to learn about becoming a homeowner. And, you know, why did you want to become a homeowner?
Okay, so absolutely. I actually read Rich Dad, Poor Dad when I was younger. It's a book. And from that time, I just developed an innate understanding that the best way to invest and, you know, build your wealth is through real estate and building a real estate portfolio. And so, you know, real estate's actually my second career.
Oh, okay.
That's something you probably don't know. I'm actually I have a marketing background. And I own a marketing consulting company that I launched in 2019. And it's interesting because being an entrepreneur, it's a risk, right? And I wouldn't just tell anyone and everyone, you should do it. You know, just like buying a house, you really need to evaluate your finances and see if that's the best decision for you based on your goals, short-term and long-term. So, you know, not everyone is ready to buy a house in this market.
You're right. And a lot of people don't know what it takes to buy a house, especially if you're living in the inner city and you've been renting all of your life. So if someone wanted to buy a house, say the house is $300,000, how much, and if a house is $300,000, let's just say the mortgage is, what do you think it might be today? $2,000?
like high twos.
Okay.
You know.
So how much income would that person need, one person or two people need to make a purchase like that? Because I know a lot of people, they get their income tax check and, they have a little bit of money at the time, but then, when unforeseen obstacles come up, they have to take the money and apply it to the car or this, that, and the other. They're just not sure how much money, how much income they'll need to maintain a mortgage like that and to maintain a house. So is it 50%, 60%? What is it? So that, we have an idea.
So I know that a mortgage loan officer, which I refer my clients to, whoever is a mortgage loan officer certified in Connecticut, they'll usually explain to them that they're going to look at their 2-year employment history.
Okay.
And also, if you have a steady income, they're going to look at your credit score. And those are, and your savings, your assets, the money you have on hand. Based on what you say, you can pay for the house.
Okay.
Now, you may want to buy a house that's $800,000.
Exactly.
But then when you talk to the mortgage loan officer, they're like, well, actually, I'm approving you for $550.
That's what I was getting to. So no one, because I know a lot of people lost houses. They were upside down back in the 80s. A lot of things were going on. I don't even know if you were around then. That was like 40 years ago. But that's what I was alluding to. How much income do you need to purchase a house for $200,000 or $300,000 and live comfortably? So you would refer them to a mortgage
loan officer, absolutely.
Okay.
And also, the interest rates. There's a lot of talk that the interest rates are high. However, historically, they've been higher. Especially 70s, 80s, So and I've talked to seasoned veteran realtors who they're like, it's been worse.
Oh, you can talk to me. I bought my house in 1988. It's been a lot worse. And the interest rates went down so low. And then the market, the interest credits on investments went up so high during, I want to say, 2016 and 2020.
COVID really shifted a lot of things, and right now we're just seeing house prices climb. It's a seller's market in Connecticut.
We were due for a correction is where I was going with that. I mean, interest rates cannot stay 2-3%. And, my advice, and I'm not a realtor or a mortgage officer, is not to wait. If the interest rates are 7%, do not wait. People are coming from out of state. They're buying up property crazy. If you have an opportunity to get approved for something, an opportunity to own something, whether it's a condominium or, a starter home or a duplex or whatever it is, buy it.
Buy it. Right now is the right time, because if you wait now, and you have the opportunity, your credit is good, you have the stable income, you have some savings, and you wait till later, the house prices are just going to continue to grow up. And so, I really think that right now is the best time to dive in and take advantage of the market. However, I will say, know what you're getting into, because there are bidding wars going on right now. There are bidding wars, so you have to be thick-skinned, and mentally prepared for that journey as well. So, buying a home is an emotional process. And one thing that finances do is to put strain on you. So if you don't think that right now financially you're stable, it might not be the best time to buy a house. Maybe waiting is a good choice for you, and you work on your credit. In the meantime, you work on your savings. And with the people who I work with, I constantly refer them to credit specialists, to resources to help build their credit, down payment assistance programs like CHAFA, Time to Own program. There's, at the beginning of this year, they put more money into that fund, and now it's at $3.3 million left to be utilized. So this is the information that I really want to get out to people.
Let's get it out. That is important. $3.3 million.
And that's going to go fast.
Is this grant money?
It is grant money.
So you don't have to pay it back. Wow. So this is the information that our audience needs, like first-time homeowners, single moms, just whatever opportunity
As
there
long
is
as long as you live in the home or own the home for 10 years, you do not have to pay that money back.
Okay.
So I encourage people to take advantage while they can, you know.
Yeah. So if you take advantage of the grants, you can't use it for investment purposes. You have to actually live there for 10 years.
Yes.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. I think
Absolutely.
that's great.
I'm trying to get the word out to as many people as possible so they know.
So the first thing you would do is make sure you have a job.
Absolutely.
Steady income for a couple years. Talk to a mortgage officer to find out what pieces of the puzzle you need to buy a home.
They're going to request documents from you. They're going to request your pay stubs.
Right.
They may request your bank statements, ID. You know, they want to know who they're going to lend this money to, and if you can be reliable enough to pay it back and pay your mortgage on time, because you don't want to miss one payment. As soon as you miss one payment, it's eligible for foreclosure. Mm-hmm. So you don't want
one payment?
One payment.
Oh, that's
one
great.
payment.
So is that based on the mortgage companies that are loaning this money or giving the grants? If you miss one payment, oh my God.
Well, that's for your mortgage. For the mortgage, you cannot miss a payment.
A single payment?
No, you cannot. So that's why it's really important when they talk to you to find out if you're going to be able to sustain this mortgage. Mm-hmm. So having a safety net, emergency savings is great. Having an actual separate account for the home and putting that savings in there and not touching it is definitely a good idea as well.
Okay.
And so, just making sure all of your finances are in order so that when you step into this home, you're going to feel confident and ready and have a plan on top of that.
Absolutely. So if anybody has any questions, they can always just call you on your cell phone.
Oh, absolutely.
And what is at Real Estate Gem Finder? Is that Instagram?
Yes, that is Instagram.
I'm so computer illiterate, sorry.
Listen, that's what us millennials are for.
I do have Facebook, but I don't have Instagram.
So it can be, so that's the handle for TikTok, Instagram, what's the other one?
Facebook, yeah.
And then also my YouTube channel. And anyone can subscribe for more information on credit building tips and home tours, and just talking to different people who desire to invest.
And/or employment opportunities. I understand you have a team.
Well, absolutely, yeah. I am on a team, the Valerie King team at Trumbull, Keller Williams Trumbull, and it's a great team, great team. You will be in good hands working with us, 100%.
That is awesome. So if you have any questions, you can, follow us on YouTube. This is live on YouTube. Share this information with your family and friends.
Absolutely.
And just ask questions. You don't know what you don't know.
Absolutely.
So if you're tired of paying someone else's bills, if you're renting and the rent I heard it's just going crazy, out of control. There's no regulation. It's just going up.
It is hard. And especially when you're working with a realtor and you're looking on market, your credit has to be in good shape because the standards that these landlords have that are using agents are high. Yeah. So you really have to have a good credit score, good savings, and stable income.
What's considered a good credit score? Just so they have an idea. 690, 700.
I would say the high 800 is the best.
Oh my God. But we went through COVID. A lot of people had issues. I don't know if there's too many people out there with an 800 credit score.
you can get pre-approved for a mortgage. 620.
Okay.
620,
okay.
I would say, is when you can feel ready to go into the pre-approval process and start thinking about a house.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I understand you have an agenda. I don't want to keep you off track.
No,
I want to make sure you get the information out to the folks that you brought.
Listen, I just wanted to share with people, that right now the inventory in Connecticut is low. And the demand is high. So The status of that, I don't know. No one knows when it's going to change. But I also want to encourage legislators to create more creative opportunities for people to get into homes that may be sitting vacant in Connecticut. Like, for example, I just have to share, this person calls me one day and they're like, hey, there's a house in Milford, 3-family home, I want to buy it. It's like, okay, sure, let's do it.
Okay.
So I'm looking into the home, come to find out the owner passed away. And not only that, but he didn't leave behind a will. He also took out a reverse mortgage on the home.
Oh boy, okay.
And also, there was so many liens against the property for blight, for so many different things.
Right.
And I did my due diligence, calling, his heirs, who of course don't want anything to do with the property. They're not the beneficiaries, so they're not going to benefit if it gets sold.
And if you did a reverse mortgage, even if they wanted it, they could not get it, because that goes back to the bank that he,
I even went
along with.
I even went to HUD.
Mm-hmm.
I went to HUD. I told them, this home, it's literally rotting, and no one can get it because the owner is gone. There was no will.
Okay.
The home, what it's worth and what is owed it's upside down.
So what happened?
Well, the home is sitting there, rotting.
Still now?
Empty.
What about the reverse mortgage company?
So no one wants to list the home, because as soon as you list the home, all those fees, the reverse mortgage, the blight, the liens, everything, that's going to have to be satisfied. So,
There's a lot of people out there that would buy that house and pay all the liens and everything.
That guy, he still wants to. We talk all the time. I'm like, look, I tried my best. I really did.
Yeah.
But HUD, they don't want to list the home.
Like you said,
they're waiting for the home to go through the probate process. And who knows how long that will take.
Should take up to 2 years. It should be done in 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's one of the things that I go through. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, good luck.
Yeah. I mean,
somebody's going to get it. It's a 3-family house. Somebody is going to come through, pay that, and make a fortune, because rent is like, what, $1,500, $2,000 a month? They can make that up in no time. And every penny that they spend into it, they can write it off.
3-family home.
Yeah, a business person will come through and get
income
that.
Producing property that is just sitting there, and then we say, hey, there's low inventory. So if there's a story like that, then how many more houses like that could there be in Connecticut?
I'm sure there's a listing. I almost went into real estate.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm sure there's a listing.
You chose the insurance route.
Because that was the first test that I passed. And that was my cue. I was like, okay. And I love it. I love what I do.
Honestly, insurance, I think that's good karma, because you really, truly, what the message I want to get out to people is secure your assets. Like, be able to know what's going to happen to your parents' house if, for example, they pass away.
Exactly.
If they have any other assets that you should know about, and what's going to happen with that. It's an uncomfortable conversation. Absolutely, I understand. But I think, especially us millennials, our parents, they are, getting older.
We're not that old, but go ahead.
Vanita's like,
we're not that old.
But, time flies.
It does.
Absolutely. Even if you are healthy until you're 102 years old, just have the life insurance. Just have it.
Tomorrow's not promised to anybody, and that's why I take great pleasure in teaching folks how to protect themselves, their families, and their assets for generation and generation to come.
Absolutely.
So that's, I do this thing called the 3 circles. It's your now money, your emergency money, and your retirement money.
Yes.
And, there's contracts that are 100% tax-free. They have living benefits and death benefits to protect everything that you own.
And you were saying to me yesterday how life insurance is tax-free.
Oh, 100% to the beneficiary.
And it doesn't have to go through the probate process.
Right. And another thing, there's so many different types of life insurance. So you need to know the type of life insurance and the features and benefits based on what your plans are, your lifestyle is.
I'm young and I want life insurance.
You should have it. Everyone should have it. I mean,
if I don't already.
My granddaughter has it and she's not even 3.
And that's where we should start, truly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what's going to happen with her, the policy is just going to grow. All of the money inside of it will grow 100% tax-free. There'll be no restrictions. She doesn't have to wait until she's 59 and a half.
That's wonderful.
She'll never get a 1099, so you'll never have to pay taxes on it. So you just need to sit down with somebody, a licensed professional like myself, that really can explain it to you and teach you how to protect yourself, your family, and your nest egg.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's 4 evils that will attack your nest eggs. That's long-term care, probate, taxes, and market fluctuation. So
absolutely. I'm really glad we're having this conversation.
Yes. So really when you buy your house, you want to make sure that you protect it.
Absolutely. If you're a homeowner, you know, now is a great time to sell. However, if you're looking to if you have investments already, like in housing and things like that, maybe sell those. If you don't have anywhere else to live, maybe downsizing. Those who are looking to downsize, this is a great time to do so, because then you could potentially, you know, make a profit because of the high house prices, and they're just going to continue to climb.
My son is. He said to me, he goes, I think I'm going to move to Texas because the houses are
cheaper. A lot of people have been
cheaper.
telling me they're going
to. It's like 105 degrees in Texas every single day. You have asthma. You die. You'll die in Texas, or you're going to stay in your house the whole time. So, and then I did a comparison, like the average price of a house in Texas versus Connecticut. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
What we need to do as a culture is called group economics. And a lot of cultures do that. Hispanic,
absolutely.
Asian,
Jamaicans,
but
we call it a
lot of
partner.
the black and brown don't.
Or
they get
susu.
together, they buy 2-family houses or 3-family houses. They all work and pay together so that they have this ownership, and then they strike out individually and buy that single home that they want with a little white picket fence around it that they can call their very own, and rent out their portion of the 2 or 3 family house. And you know, if you continue to do this, if you can work together with your family and your friends and do this thing called group economics, you could become really successful. But I think we, you know, black and brown people have, I'm not going to say separation. Well, maybe I should say separation, where you just want your own. You want to strike out and do it on your own. And it's hard.
Yeah.
And the average house in Connecticut right now is what, $400,000? If you want like a raised ranch with 3 bedrooms, maybe $350. Now, I bought my house back in 1988. It was like $145.
Well, that.
But look how long ago that was.
Wrong generation.
I get offers, you know, people are always calling me, texting me, I want to buy your house. I'm like, where am I going to live?
That's what I'm saying.
So anyway, my point is, you know, if you can't do it on your own, put your incomes together. We were talking about this at one of my organization's meeting. I think it was the MBA. If you cannot afford to do it on your own, and I try to tell my son this, you need a partner. Group up with somebody, partner up with somebody, and buy a 2-family or buy a 1-family, like a raised ranch, and, you know, split it. You know, one person live upstairs and downstairs.
Absolutely.
Work together and save your money, and then strike out on your own and rent out your portion of it.
Investing is a great way to build wealth, you know, and it's not a get rich quick scheme. That's not what it is. You have to really save the money, you know. it's not easy for people to save a lot of money these days because we have inflation. I get it. But even put a little bit of money away at a time. And like you were saying, the group economics, if you have a little and you have a little and she has a little and, you know, we put it together, that can make just enough to put a down payment on a three-family multifamily.
And then you're looking at all three incomes. Yeah,
Absolutely.
That's the way to go. If you can't do it on your own,
Absolutely.
do it together. Especially if you're a millennial, you're like 25, 30 years old. You got plenty of time.
I wish I was still 25.
Yeah, and in terms of saving money, I teach folks how to save money. It's called a budget. You just have to be budget smart.
Exactly.
I mean, I sit down with folks and, you know, they want to buy life insurance. And so one of the questions that I ask when I do my 3 circles is, how much money are you saving per month? And when I hear nothing, I'm like, well, you know, I can't save anything because I have too many bills, this, that, and the other. So then I fold my arms because you're not going to be able to afford a life insurance policy when your car breaks down. Everything's going to go. So I put them on a budget and I teach them to pay themselves first. You're going to be the first
Exactly.
bill. Yep.
As entrepreneurs.
So we have, talking about things you're passionate about, the time is flying. We have like 2 minutes left. I'm going to leave those last 2 minutes for you, Dana.
Oh, sure. I think I came here and I said what I wanted to say. You know, like I said, life insurance, guys. Like, get it. You know, reach out to Vernita. If you are seeking to buy a home, reach out to me as well. Again, my social media is at Real Estate Gem Finder, or you can text me at the number you see at the bottom of the screen. And also, one of my team members is having another event tomorrow at Keller Williams Realty office, celebrating homeownership, 126 Monroe Turnpike at 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. in Trumbull. So if you are available, definitely come out and join us, and we look forward to having you and continuing this conversation.
Sounds really nice. I'll be doing a Juneteenth event tomorrow, or else I would probably stop by. But I want to thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for
coming
having
on the
me.
show, sharing this information, and you're welcome back anytime.
Thank
So
you.
this is the David Goodman Reality and Truth Show, and we're on your side.